morning, my fellow Tottenham fans, and welcome back to the Irish Hotspur with your boys, Dave and Jack. And we are bringing you your creators' predictions ahead of the massive FA Cup tie tomorrow night at 8 o'clock under the lights. And it's what us Spurs fans live for. Jacko, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm nervous and excited. I always love to say those two words together because it feels like you could almost come up with a little bit of a song, you know, the nervous and excited song. Kevin De Bruyne being back gives me a lot of worries, but Sonny as well, right? We've been a Man City killer, really, in the past, nearly a Man City assassin. It'd be nice to have him for this game. Unfortunately, we probably won't. But James Maddison potentially returning is a huge, huge boost to Spurs. Gio Lo Celso being injured for this one, I think, really doesn't help things. But yeah, Dave, it's going to be one of the biggest games of the season. Man City, we always seem to have their number. I hope that we have their number this time.
Well, look, fun stat for everybody out there, Jack. You know, 5 games at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They haven't won yet and they haven't scored yet. So, you know, all the omens are on our side. Look, for me, just quickly, I think it's an absolute momentum builder. Cheeky plug for anyone who hasn't watched my video from yesterday morning. Get over and check it out, where I went through our next sort of 6 games. But in the Premier League, 5 of them are against teams that have sort of already took points off us this season. So, for me, if you can win this, it gives us real momentum heading into Premier League campaign, but also sends out a statement of intent about what our intentions are for the second half of the season. So I cannot wait for it. But look, enough of us, Jack. Let's get in and see what some of the creators around the Tottenham Hotspur community have had to say. And we are going to start with Sonny Talks Spurs.
What's going on, Dave and Jack? I've only got me a little hat on for my prediction because it's me, Sonny Talks Spurs. You want my prediction for Manchester City versus Tottenham? Or should I say Tottenham versus Manchester City, because we are the home team. Now, my head says we're going to get absolutely battered, but my heart says we are going to win. They can't beat us at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They can't score a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Pep has won a treble, but yet he misses one thing from his collection. It's a win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So, Tottenham are going to win. We're going to go through to the FA Cup next round. We're going to win it! Because it's going to be a 2-0 win. We're going all the way, baby. Mark my words. And if it doesn't happen, delete this video.
He's
Very funny from Sonny.
Absolutely a madman, Jacko. He's a madman. First of all, nice flat cap. But Jack, do you think that Pep and Man City would be nervous maybe coming for this game? Because as Sonny alluded to, it is the only thing that Pep hasn't got. He's got Champions League titles, but what he doesn't have is a win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
I mean, I made this joke because I do think it's funny to say out loud, but there's also a bit of seriousness behind it. I do think this is, weirdly enough, one of Man City's cup finals this year, because I actually feel they would probably be more nervous ahead of this game, knowing, you know, how many times Spurs have just been, you know, miraculous against them and just never seem to make a game easy for them. We never roll over for them. We almost put in some of our best performances of the season, usually against teams like Man City. And then it makes me think then that this sort of game for them would probably be a harder game in Man City fans' eyes than the actual FA Cup final itself, funny enough. So maybe this is their cup final. And I love that Sonny Dave is picking between choosing or thinking with his head versus thinking with his heart. Always a tough one to do.
Look, sometimes, you know, it's football. You got to let your heart rule your head sometimes, Jack. You know, that's what football's all about. But look, there is 9,000 City fans travelling. They did sell out their allocation. So the City fans believe, but it's up to us to kill the momentum. But look, let's keep it moving, Jacko. Let's hear what Shawnee has to say. He usually predicts a win at the end, you know. So let's see if he's as positive heading into this one. Let's go.
Yes, guys, how you doing? Sean Butler from the Spurs Talk Show. This is my Manchester City FA Cup preview video. It's going to be the biggest game of the season on Friday night for me. Last chance for Tottenham to lift the trophy. If we get past these guys, then with just a tiny bit of luck, we can figure ourselves all the way through to the final. And we can, you know, dare to dream. It's going to be an amazing game on Friday. I'll be there. It's going to be a great atmosphere, I hope. It's going to be a helter-skelter game. I predict it to have goals in both halves, both ends of the pitch for both teams. 3-2 to Tottenham. I think, you know, anything could happen in any number of ways, but ultimately Tottenham are just about going to have enough to hang on. We're going to utilise that kind of leverage we've got in our recent strength against them, especially at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But both teams will score. City will eventually get their break their duck at the stadium. It will happen probably on Friday, but not enough to beat us. I think 3 goals from Tottenham will get us the entry to the 5th round, and they're going to come from Timo Werner. He's going to get his first goal for the club. Richie's going to get one, and a little bit of magic from Dejan Kulusevski, and Tottenham will go marching on. But expect a crazy, crazy night. Looking forward to it. Like, subscribe, and comment to these wonderful people, and I'll see you on the next one. Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs, indeed, Sean. Well done there, sir. And he's saying that they're going to score, Dave, but they're actually going to still leave empty-handed. So they will get their magical goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but they'll still leave crying.
Yeah, look, that's my hope, Jack. That at the end of the day, they leave crying. My hope is that, you get them in the fourth round of the FA Cup. It's easier to play them and try and get one over on them than it is when you go deeper into the competition. Look, in terms of goals, I think most betting people will bet on goals, right? I think we're on a run of 30-something games where we've scored in every single one of them. And Man City, of course, you look at the talent that they possess. Grealish, Foden, he loves a goal against Tottenham. You've got Bernardo Silva there. And the big question is Haaland back, is he not? There's sort of conflicting media reports out there. But what I will say is, where I think it could be different from when we played them at the library, Jack, is we were full-back FC. We've now got the Rombaum and Mickey Ice Cold Van de Veens back as well, Jack. So for me, hopefully we can tighten up that back line, which should give us a better chance of winning this game.
Indeed, and let's see maybe what the Benji has to say, man from We Are Tottenham TV, Davo.
Let's go, Benji.
What's going on, guys? Ben from We Are Tottenham TV here, just to give my prediction for the big game against Man City this weekend. In my opinion, the biggest game of our season as of yet, up until the next round. But Man City at home, under the lights, Friday night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Returning players, James Maddison and a few others as well, Mickey van der Ven, Romero, with a game behind them as well. So I'm going into this quite confident. Some people calling me crazy, but I think we can do it. I really do. Man City haven't scored a goal in the N17 since about 2015, 2016. So I do think they'll get a goal. I'll give them that one. But I think Spurs are going to win 3-1. Pep Guardiola, he's done it all before. He's world champion, treble winners, Champions League winner. But they're yet to score a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So we'll let them go home and take that trophy with them. But we're taking Spurs into the next round. Come on, Spurs.
Similar to Sean's there, right? Where, yes, they will get that goal, that elusive goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but they'll still leave empty-handed. They'll still leave crying. And Fraudiola will continue, at least when he's in the Spurs Stadium. He's definitely Pep Fraudiola. So, Dave, thoughts on Benji's prediction?
Yeah, look, I think where the confidence come from, and I share the confidence, by the way. I don't get why people are calling them deluded. We are Man City's bogey team. That's proven. No matter what manager we've had, no matter what style of football system, or even what players we've had to be able to pick from, we go out there and we get a result against Man City. We turn up. And I actually think Spurs fans, ironically enough, should actually be confident heading into games against City, because we always get a result. So for me, that confidence I want to see shine through at the stadium, Jack. I don't want a nervous tension around that game. I want Spurs fans to go there believing, and wanting, and hopefully that will replicate itself and feed itself out onto the football pitch, and we come out the right side and we're in the 5th round draw.
Let's hope we get into that next round. Maybe Mia, though, will give us a reason to be nervous, or perhaps she'll give us a reason to be even more confident. But let's head on over to Mia, Spurs Between the Lines.
Hi, Mia here. This is my prediction for the Tottenham versus Man City game. So, I think this will be a difficult game. I think that although we are at home and we are a bit of their bogey team, I still think that with Kevin De Bruyne and possibly Haaland being back, I think it will be difficult. We haven't got our top scorer in Sonny, and I think this will make things a lot more difficult, as he does like to get a goal against them. But I do think we've got enough to win, especially now with the positive news that Maddison should be fit to come back. Where he starts or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I think he probably will start. I think with that midfield and the defence as well being strong again, I think that we have got a very, very good chance of winning. This is a cup game and it is important. So I hope that the team see it as that as well. I would love for us to be able to get through, of course. So my score prediction is actually going to be, it's going to be 2-1 to Tottenham.
Do you know what, Jack? I think she makes a great point about Son being missing. well, in these games, Son has always been the guy that stood up and has sort of led the way against Man City. And without Harry Kane, it's been even more important. However, we do miss him this game. So, does that concern you, or does that change the sort of tide a little bit in your head, Jack, knowing that the rest maybe aren't as prolific as Son?
Yeah, on Monday I sort of didn't even think about that because Sonny's just such a regular, right, for Spurs, and he's always, I mean, rarely injured. He's so good at pushing himself even through injury, even for these sort of big games, right? Sonny's always available for the big games. Usually shows up actually more often actually in the bigger games too, I think, type of guy. And funny enough, against most big teams, this is his preferred big team. This is the one that he loves playing against, the one that he is almost, like I said earlier, an assassin. And I bet Pep Guardiola is probably quite relieved to be finding out that Sunday is going to be missing for this one, and he's getting his De Bruyne back. It is a bit of a win for Man City in that case, and it almost levels the playing field to a degree because missing our assassin and getting De Bruyne back is really against us. But for some reason, I just feel like we have magical powers against this team. So I'm just going to hope that Spurs find yet again another miraculous way of putting in a terrific performance against them. But it is good reason to be concerned.
I love the idea that sky blue is Son's kryptonite. It gets him going. I absolutely love that. But Jack, you speak of magical powers. Hopefully Magic Madison is back, and hopefully he can provide some sort of link up with one of them players, whether it be Richarlison, Johnson, or Timo Werner, aka Turbo. If he can provide that sort of relationship he had with Son, it'll be absolutely brilliant. But it does remain, how fit is he going to be, which will determine the impact he has on the game. So let's wait and see. But who we got next, Jacko?
We got Lee the Dorset Spur. Maybe he'll give us a Turbo Timo prediction like Shawnee did.
Hey everybody, Lee the Dorset Spur here. We're back with another prediction, this time for the FA Cup. Wow, still in the FA Cup. Unfortunately playing Man City, which is not the greatest draw we could have expected, but it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen, and you got to beat the best if you want to be the best. Bogey team for them. They've not scored at White Hart Lane. I don't know. But you've got to stay positive. If anyone can beat City, it's us. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I think they'll get their first goal at White Hart Lane after 5 attempts. Can't see us keeping him out. Erling Haaland is back. De Bruyne is back, albeit for only sort of 20 minutes at a time. So going to be a tough game. But I think we're going to edge it. Just got that feeling. I just hope so. Spurs.
Come on, Lee. Great prediction there, sir. And reasons to be worried, but always been our bogey, or we've always been their bogey team, which should just give you that sense of, it's just strange confidence that, right, maybe things will just sort of work themselves out and might not be the prettiest of performances or maybe even the prettiest of games or anything, but Spurs might just get over the line like we always seem to do against this sort of team. I've seen Emerson pull off some miraculous performances, and he's even scored against Man City actually in the past. So you never know, with Spurs against Man City. We always find a way.
Do you know what, Jack? I just have a sneaky suspicion that Pedro Porro's going to turn up. Man City let him go. I didn't think he was good enough without giving him a first-team appearance, and now all of a sudden the rumour to be linked with him. And also Pedro Porro, he's got I think the most assists in our team in the Premier League. So, he's going to be absolutely crucial for this game. And like Lee says, you have to beat the best to be the best. And that starts Friday night, Jack. I'll knock them out. We're favourites for the FA Cup. I wonder is Lee and is there a bus heading up from Dorset Spurs supporters group, raving on their way up?
Better be. Friday night as well. You hope that they're raving on their way up. They're going to definitely need, the hype crowd from down south. Hopefully Lee can bring it. Maybe that's why he's saving his voice for that game. Big up to Lee, though. And let's go over to our other wise man, Marlon Green here.
Dave, Jack, hope you are well. It's that time of the week. You missed out on my last prediction. If you've seen it, I got it spot on. You should have done a video last time, but hey ho, it's the Manchester City versus Tottenham FA Cup. What am I going for? I don't think it's going to be as open as people think. I think Pep's going to overcomplicate it because he wants to get a result. I'm going for a 0-0, lads. I really am. I think what I'm more excited about is if I'm going to see Bentancur or Maddison. But I heard He might not get the full 90, so he might play the last half an hour, so probably replace Bentancur. Who knows? I just can't see where we're going to score. With no Son, no Kane as well. First time we've played Man City without them at home. I don't know. So I'm going to go for a boring 0-0. I think we'll have to go to the Etihad and probably get the job done. But hopefully he puts out a strong side. He doesn't mess around. You know, we're in nothing else. There's no league now. I think Liverpool have to drop enough points to even warrant it, and so do Man City. So I don't think that's gone now. Top four is probably our priority. You know, we ain't got many games, so I'm thinking about that. But yeah, I'm going for 0-0, unfortunately. An exciting 0-0, but a 0-0. I think it's going to be one of them games that ITV go, oh, we expected better than this. But hey-ho. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Dave and Jack at the IrishHotspur, and come over to Spurs South TV. But I'm out.
Big up to Marlon, Southview Coys TV, absolute legend. And Marlon, if you are at all confident about that prediction of a 0-0, and you are maybe a betting man, I would take that to the bookies, because I bet there's some ridiculous odds on that happening. I do not see that happening whatsoever. I do see both teams scoring in this game, or at least one of the teams scoring for sure. I mean, a clean sheet, it would be crazy if Spurs kept one. It'd be crazy if Man City kept one, if you ask me. So 0-0, I mean, it's definitely an audacious one from Marlon. And I'm sorry we didn't get to put in your prediction last time, because it sounds like it was correct and accurate. But since it never ended up going on the channel, did it ever happen, Marlon? Were you actually correct? You know, it's only going to be remained in mystery. You know, only kidding. But Dave, thoughts on a 0-0?
Look, I personally don't think it can be a draw and go back to their place. I mean, you just take the Champions League, how many teams beat Man City over 2 legs? So it's going to be a tall order if we don't get it done at White Hart Lane or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for those newer people. But for me, it'll always be White Hart Lane. But for me, I think this is our golden opportunity, Jack. This is the golden egg, and I don't want to let it slip away. It has to be done for me Friday night. Goes into a replay. It's going into Man City's territory, so I don't fancy it. So, Marlon, I actually do hope you're wrong this week.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the Etihad. No, thank you. Don't want to be there, Marlon. But hopefully this prediction doesn't end up happening. But you always scare me with your predictions, because usually they do end up being right. But we'll see if he ends up being wrong this time around. And we're going to head on over to Jacob from United Spurs of America next. Big up to Jacob, absolute legend. And maybe he feels also as well, right? Maybe a bit more comfortable with his hairstyle, because now he's got Dragusin in the team. You know, a fellow man of the, I'm not sure if Jacob qualifies in the man bun category. I'm not sure what he calls it. But yeah, Jacob, you know, you got a fellow man who's, you know, got the nice long, you know, luscious locks, you know, with Dragusin in the team. So I wonder if he's feeling a bit more comfortable.
I would just say quickly, Jack, you know, we could sort of urge, along with people in the comments, right, you know, get your comments in. Let's get Jacob to get the Dragusin, and we can call him Jacobson, you know, absolutely match made in heaven. So people in the comments, get your pressure on Jacob. Let's go. Let's hear what he has to say.
Big up IrishHotspur. Big up Dave, Jack. Hope y'all doing well. Look, Jacob from United Spurs of America. I hope you are too blessed to be stressed. But look, Manchester City. Working on my city accent there, but my prediction is going to be a scary one. I'm a little nervous, boys. I don't know how y'all are feeling. Look, every time we get a result versus City at our own ground, it's because we sit back, absorb the pressure, hit him on the counter with Harry Kane, Heung-min Son would be all right. But look, we don't have Heung-min Son. We don't have Harry Kane. We are not going to counter. We aren't going to sit back. That's 4 things right there that we're not going to do in relation to the things we used to do that made us successful for a City. But look, I think we can still get it done. Even a front 3 of Timo Werner, Richarlison, and Brennan Johnson. I have hope. I have faith that we can at least create enough chances to keep ourselves within striking distance. I think there's going to be goals scored galore. I don't expect us to keep a clean sheet, so that will mean Manchester City are unfortunately going to score at our new stadium. But look, boys, there's no way I can't predict a win. What are we talking about? 3-2 to the Tottenham Hotspur. Get in, lads. I hope y'all predicting wins. It's a little scary, but look, they feel like they're going to lose. We feel like we're going to lose. Somebody got to win it. It's going to be us.
That was a great prediction from Jacob there. He made me feel
Morning,
really
Spurs.
nervous like out of this game. Like he gave all the reasons why we shouldn't be confident, and then he just reminded ourselves that we're Spurs fans at the end of the day. We always find a way. We love to have a delusional prediction. It was really great from Jacob. A lot of sense, and then just sort of a happy, clappy prediction at the end there. It's almost a perfect prediction.
No, look, I'm glad that he's optimistic, and I think he's also, banking on us beating their bogey team. So I think he feels optimistic in that regard. But like I said, people, don't be distracted from his prediction this week. Please, we're focusing on getting him to get the Dragoson. So please, again, put the pressure on Jacobson in the comments. But look, let's keep it moving. Let's hear what the one and only El Tal Cockerell has to say.
Good afternoon, Dave. Good afternoon, Jack. And good afternoon, all you supporters of the Irish Hotspur. This is my prediction for Friday night's FA Cup 4th round fixture at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium between Tottenham and Manchester City. As with previous videos, I do not care what other teams do, who they've got playing for themselves. I only care for us. And in that case, I'm happy to say that we have returning players from injury. So Solomon and Maddison will be in the squad. And we also have the players we had returned for us in the last match, who have now had another 2 weeks training on the grass and will play. And I'm talking about Van der Ven, Romero and players like that. I anticipate us being nearly fully lined up. We're only missing Sarr and Sonny from what I'd call the first 11. And in that case, we are matching up against them with a clearer first 11 than what we did when we played them away and got a 3-3 draw. So for Friday night's game, I'm going for us to win 2-0. Come on, you Spurs. In Ange, we trust.
Big up, Jose. Great prediction there from Jose. Jack, he's confident. He reckons we've got a better team heading into this one than we did the last. He also mentioned Sarr. How much of a loss do you think Papa Matt Sarr is going to be for this game?
I think he's so much of a bigger loss than people usually realize. We've missed him in other games, and we probably have thought of other players that we would be missing more. But at the end of some of those games where we've dropped points at times, we actually realized that it was probably Pape Matar Sarr that we were missing the most. He just contributes so much to the game in various ways that other people don't, with his hard work, his sort of intelligence and his positioning, his intelligence and sort of his own defending as well, right? He just sees danger and he knows how to be able to clean it up. Also just has this sort of kind of unrelenting, sort of energy and sort of kind of positivity with how he plays with possession, out of possession. He's just such a brilliant player. And I think we probably will be missing him more than we realize. Of course, we're going to be missing our assassin, Sonny, but, Pape Matar Sarr is somebody that often gets forgotten and sort of, missing players.
Do you know what? I completely agree with you. And, the industrious nature of the guy would be absolutely welcomed in tomorrow night's game. So I reckon whoever starts in that position, it'd be interesting to see what Postecoglou does in the midfield. Does he play Maddison, Bentancur and a Kulu, or does he bring in a Højbjerg or a Skip, to try and try and win a bit more possession? It'd be very, very interesting. Big call that Postecoglou has to make. So guys, let me know in the comment section below, what midfield do you want to see take the field versus Man City? If Maddison is fit, what do you do at Kulu, right wing or into the centre midfield? Let us know in the comments. But look, they do say, Jack, they saved the best to last, so we'll have to see if this is proven true here by the one and only the Tron, or Ramoyles, whatever he wants to call himself nowadays. Let's hear what he has to say.
Save the profit for last. Good style, Dave. Good choice.
Hi, this is Dermot, aka Dermotron from thfc Till I Die. This is my pre-match prediction of Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United in FA Cup 4th round tie at White Hart Lane. Look, it's not going to be an easy game. A game against Man City never is, but I think we'll win this one. I think we've got an edge over them. Look, they haven't scored at our ground since it's opened. They haven't even beaten us there, but that's never going to last forever. But look, we can do it. We have the crowd have to be behind us. It's the most important thing on Friday. That ground has to be toxic, as anywhere. That their Man City players are scared to do anything, and we have to get behind the lads 100%. If we beat Man City, that's another big game team out of the FA Cup on our road to Wembley. So listen, I'm going for a 2-0 win. I think we're going to do it, and Ange takes us to Wembley. Come on.
Come on, you Spurs, Tron. And Dave, the way that phone was shaking around, though, makes me think that Dermot was a little bit more nervous than he was giving off, perhaps, ahead of this Man City game. Because, everybody else, incredible is sort of like phone composure. They're, cold as ice. But the Tron is usually the most confident man in the room when it comes to Spurs. But I must say that phone was shaking around a little bit, maybe some grimaces as well, while he was giving this positive prediction here. So maybe the Tron is the most nervous out of all of them.
Do you know what, Jack? That's what I come away feeling like that Dermotron, he's the most nervous, As soon as he went to say, Tottenham could beat Man City, the phone nearly slid out of his hands, But look, Dermo, what happened to the confidence? Let us know in the comment section below. I will also add, it's a good job that he didn't have anything open dodgy on the computer there. You could see on the glasses the reflection on the screen. So, Dermo, you're lucky you didn't have that dodgy open there, my man. But you know what? Dermot has been winning, credit to the guy. He's been going around and he absolutely loves the FA Cup and he does believe this season. He said it from the start of the season. He thinks that Ange will go for the FA Cup and he thinks we can do it. So hopefully Profitron is right this time, or Profitron, whatever I can't even know. I don't know. He's got that many names. Profitron. Hopefully he's right this week, Jack, because I think we all want a morale boosting victory over City.
If anybody believes in the magic, it certainly is going to be the Profitron, that's for sure. But yeah, that's our last of our predictions there, Davo. And I loved absolutely all of them. So many different takes on it. Good points from everybody. I heard some Turbo Timo predictions from people as well. So maybe Timo might be showing up ahead of this game. That'd be great. And the Profitron, great person to save for last. So really do thank everybody for sending in those predictions. And any final words from yourself there, Davo?
Yeah, look, lads and ladies, sorry, everyone who sent in a prediction. Really appreciate it. Big yourselves up. And, I am chasing these guys all week for these predictions. So, guys, make sure you get in the comments. Their links will be in there for every single one of their channels. Get over and spread the love around and show each and every single one of them your love. Smash the subscribe button and support them. But also, get in the comments. Let us know who your favourite prediction is. Who do you agree with this week? And, come on, you Spurs, is what I would say to everybody. In Ange we trust. We never stop. Let's go.
Come on, you Spurs. We never stop. Big Ange we trust, everybody. See ya.